Hello my beautiful badgers, Messicoda back again with another live dev interview. This time I'm joined by Daelonik Artworks, the creators of many amazing Unity assets such as the sci-fi Neon City, which is currently on sale on the Unity Asset Store at 50% off. This interview took place on my live Twitch stream, all the w's.twitch.tv/themessicoda, so sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you all in a second. Everyone sitting at home in front of your laptops, your computers, your Amazon mirrors, your Google watches, your Alexas. If a warm and messy welcome to Daelon over at Daelonik Artworks. Welcome to the stream, buddy. So you've been on the asset store for a long time.
It must be said. I guess it's from 2014, maybe 2014.
Do you remember what your first asset was? The first thing you uploaded?
Well, I'm not pretty sure what was the first because there were several that came at the same time, but I think it was winter assets.
Is that
environment kind of snowy? And,
here it is. Winter assets pack.
Yeah, I think that was the first.
That was.
And actually, it was part of a contest, of a game art contest that was promoted by City Society, and it actually came out with one of the prizes. So
really,
it was worth it.
Well, it was 2013 that this was on the store. December 2013.
Maybe you know better than me.
Well, I'm saying that because I just read it on the.
Not really.
It says it on the store page. It tells you when it came
out. that makes sense.
He says Sengoku says Submachine Gun Reaper was your first one.
Okay, I always forgot. This asset is actually after became free because it's quite simple and it doesn't make any sense. It's just a weapon.
Your submachine gun.
Yeah.
So, was that when you were? How old were you when you made that?
Can you please repeat
hang on.
the question?
¿Cuántos años tienes when you made submachine gun?
Oh, not really sure. Maybe 24, 25.
So pretty early when you started doing your artwork.
Yeah, I started working with Unity, I guess, with 22 years or so. Not so far from just finishing my finals degree.
So you used Unity for university. That's why you started.
No. Yeah. Just when I finished, I went to Madrid to work with an augmented and virtual reality company.
Oh wow!
And they started using this creepy and old but free engine called Ogre.
Oh yeah. I know
which was not really easy to use, and then it appears Unity, which was free and quite more usable, and that's when I started to learn how to use. And I've read that someone said that some of the assets were from Unity 4, and that was like
Windows 95.
Windows 95, and I was thinking, no, I started with Unity 3, indeed.
So you started with Unity 3?
Yeah. It was other times.
Sengoku in the chat is waving his arms saying, that was me. Yes, it was you that said that, Sengoku. Well done. It was you. So this actually was your first. The submachine gun Reaper was the first thing. Let me share my screen with you so you can see what I'm playing about with while I
Okay.
do that. So what did you do at the virtual reality place? Were you an artist there or were you coding?
But I'm not actually watching your screen.
No, I haven't started yet. Hang on. There you go.
Okay. What did you ask?
When you went to Madrid to work for that company,
Uh-huh.
in the virtual reality or augmented reality, what were you doing there?
But
Were
at
you,
first it was um I don't know. Depends on the here in Spain there's not such a strong industry in computer graphics or that stuff. So it depends on the client, and there was different things. Are you asking for the works I was
yeah.
doing?
So it was
Yeah,
actually
but
for you had clients who would come to your company for you to do
yeah,
work for them.
they mostly it was about augmented reality, and we worked it with Vuforia, Qualcomm, you know. Um, Sometimes it just mobile applications, or in other cases, which was actually more fun, we did augmented reality experiences, like with huge screens in public spaces, and people were recorded with a camera, and they were just watching things that are not real, were computer generated.
And you did the artwork for it.
Of course, that was my job.
Cool, man. Do you miss it?
Yeah, it was fun. Not very well paid, I have to say, but it was
So
interesting.
you don't miss it that much then?
No, it was a good time then, but not for today.
Is a lot of people are asking if they can actually make a full-time job working on the asset store. So, given
Well,
moving when you started in Madrid versus
mhm.
selling assets on the store, which one has been the most a what was most fun, and b uh, more financially rewarding? Is a cheeky question. The second one's really cheeky. You don't have to answer it.
Well, what about are you asking me for?
Well, would you recommend? So let's put it different. Would you recommend being an asset store publisher to someone instead of
Yeah,
instead of getting a job?
that depends on your situation and probably the country you're living at. Because the assets are sold at mostly the same price, and not it's not the same living cost in every city or country. So it depends on how much you spend and how much can you earn from your designs or whatever. I think programming assets are actually more profitable than art.
Really?
Not really sure, but I think so.
Because it's amazing because you always get the artists say that they envy the programmers,
Mhm.
and that the
No, I don't.
programmers.
I don't, because I think their work are actually a little bit boring and stressing at all. When I actually do some scripting for the environments. If you've been checking, you might have seen there are some custom scripts, and don't enjoy it very much.
I was about to
It's
say,
a little
yeah,
bit
it's
bothering.
I'm working every night at the moment, and I just spend more time bug fixing than having fun. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, but the programmers um, basically say they envy the artists because they don't have to do as much customer support
Yeah, I know.
compared to the
That
script.
that that is real. Yeah.
So, but and as you're saying, the a lot of artists say that they think that coders sell more. But then I ask some coders and they say art sells better. So I think the grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah, I'm not very sure. Um, I actually can tell you how much I used to earn. There's no problem. Uh, um, Monthly, it just about um, 1,000, 1,500 or 2,000, depends on the month. It's not so much.
Well, if you're single and you don't have a family with loads of kids to feed, that's a good income. Especially, I mean, in some
I
countries,
think
that's
if
actually really
you
good income.
don't have an expensive rent to pay, it could be interesting.
I lived in a country where my monthly salary was about 600, 700 euros. And that was at one point deemed really good. And then when it went up to like 1,200 euros, I felt like I was like a millionaire, like living at large. But so it's exactly like you said.
I
It depends where
monthly,
you are.
monthly in
Yeah, yeah,
UK.
monthly. Not in the UK. Oh no, dear God, not in the UK.
Oh wait, okay, okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you. It depends on what country you are, what your circumstances are. Keep your costs low, uh, and then
Yeah, if the question is, can I make a living from this? Okay, always depends on your circumstances, but I think it might be possible. I've been doing it for a while, but take into account that I actually get some free house to live from my family, so that helps very much.
oh yeah, I love mooching off my family. If I would do it as much as I could, do it. Keep it forever. That's what I go down. I love Daelonik's art style. Bit gamey. Thank you for the bit tips. I know you've got a very clean art style, which is really
Good.
nice.
Oh, thank you.
There's always a tricky to find art from different artists on the stores that can work together. So you always got to be careful that art isn't too uh, complex or too much in a certain style.
Yeah, I've been through many phases working on this, and the first one was that I wanted to create strong stuff. I mean, I just were looking for AAA, and that was time ago, so the end up actually doesn't look like AAA, but that was my point, my target, and it's not a good idea. I just didn't stop receiving complaints of people who say that the art pieces were heavy to manage, and I've been changing this a lot for the last packages.
And that's the other part is that if it doesn't run fast and it hurts performance, then it doesn't matter how sexy it looks. Um,
For my asset, it's complicated because if you have been taking a look, they're not meant to work in any specific platform, not meant to be working on mobile or computer consoles, and not everything. They're meant to be working in every platform, as long as I can make it possible.
so it runs well on a mobile, which is the important thing.
Uh, I think most of them can be running on a mobile. Uh, every time I've tested a pack, it worked. Okay, not an all mobile, that's true, but a normal one, they mostly work.
But you're also working on Unreal Engine as well as Unity.
I actually don't. I tried for a while, but that was when the marketplace was starting. And the problem I have is that for optimization, um, I used to create many of the asset prefabs into Unity. They're not just models, but they are composed with many different meshes, and they're built into Unity. So I, if I want to translate many of our packages, most of them, like Stronghold Village or so, I would probably have to rebuild many of the stuff that is inside, because they're not easy to go from Unity to Unreal.
So you started. How long ago was it that you looked at the Unreal Marketplace? Because you said at the start, was that like 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Can't remember.
It was actually when it was starting. I don't remember, maybe 3 4 years. When it was starting the marketplace, even a little bit before the marketplace started.
So that's really because a lot of people uh, started to think, oh, you'd make more money or you get more notice now moving over to Unreal's marketplace because how aggressive um, Unreal is being. But it's really interesting to know about the amount of work it would take to move over from Unity to move it into Unreal. That actually is it worth your time? Like the amount of time it would
I don't
cost you to
really
do
know,
it.
because I don't have a marketplace. I created it, but I there's nothing for sale. Um, and I had to warn to anyone who's creating assets about something that I've been noticing. It's very calling. That happened to me when the marketplace, and is that there are many people trying to get the money creating alternative stores.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're way creepy, and they have weird and strange looking assets. And probably will, if you're gonna work on as a publisher, these people will probably make you lose your time. So I don't recommend listening to them very much.
No, I get you on that one. Uh, I want to jump in and start playing about with some of your packs, because thankfully, while you're on the Unity, you're actually also included in the current sale. Um, so you have three packets three asset packs in the current sale. How did that happen? Did they just come knocking on the door and say we want to take these three assets and put them in the sale?
Well, actually, it was mostly like that. They just send you an email. Hey, do you want this asset to be on sale? And you just um, well, it was changed in the last time, but usually it was just an answer saying yes, I do, and like that. Now there's a survey you have to fill, but mostly the same.
Is anyone ever going to say no? Like, would you like to be in our sale and get loads of free money? No, no, I don't want your
I
money.
don't.
I don't
Okay,
want sales and money.
sales have two sides. They're great, and I always accept because of one reason, not just because of the money, but because of the site that you could get with the offers.
It's a lot of publicity,
Uh,
isn't it? Being on the front page and
yeah, that is way important for this to make it profitable.
I was going to ask, with the changes that they've made on the store, how difficult is it to get noticed and people to find you now? Because I just showed, even typing in your name says zero results unless you
Yeah,
type
it's
in the
it's a little
full.
bit complicated, and they included something that I had to admit that I don't get into all the details of the store. I don't actually know all the stuff that is inside, and I'm telling that because I know that there's something called tags which I actually don't use because we had keywords and it looks like the same thing, and I don't understand the meaning of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really understand how it works in the store because that's a thing that I used to see, and when I look at the categories and I search for any of my assets and I don't want to speak bad of anyone, so I won't mention anyone. I used to see that there's asset that looks actually even creepy and bad looking, and they are better positions than mine. And I don't
Yeah.
really understand how that works.
There's a lot of strange stuff. Um, I'm exactly like you say. Not to not to say too much about alternative people out there, but there are some stuff that's still on sale, which is quite prominent, which just it beggars belief. It's like how how are you still allowing that to be sold? Well, that's the problem is that Unity's got yeah what like a billion assets now on on that's they've got it on the
Yeah,
page. What did they
more or
say?
less.
Where was it on the? If I go back to the it says here over 11,000 5-star assets. So over 11,000 5-star assets, which means there's a lot more lower starred assets. Um, so uh, that's must be at least 50,000 assets on the asset store. I'm going to
Yeah.
say it's got to be at least. So I'm pretty sure they can't physically check and update and keep monitoring every single one. So it's only if people flag
I'm
it.
pretty sure they don't. It's an
Yeah,
automatic stuff.
I'm gonna play be pragmatic and say that it must be a lot of work to keep on maintaining. I don't envy them. I make fun of them a lot and I complain about them a lot, but at the end of the day, I sympathise with the job that they've got to
I
do.
don't actually think it's working bad, because people have the choice and just think that there's a lot of people selling and also buying here with different interests, and they're all mixed. You know what I say? It's their assets, which I think they are bad looking or something, but for someone who is probably, I don't know, prototyping or something, it could be functional and they are cheaper or something.
Exactly. Well, exactly. There's a lot of nice cheap stuff out there. Sengoku says there are 60,411 assets. I said 50,000. I was very close. I just guessed 50 because it's a nice number, and I was incredibly close. I'm very proud of myself. That's really close. Um, by the way, I have to say, let me just put the stream back on for everyone to see. Browser. Your ancient desert town pack is beautiful. It really
Thank
is.
you.
I was literally just talking about this to the wife just before coming on stream. It really is lovely.
I've
And
been checking. No, no, that's lie. That's a lie. I've not been checking. I was I was watching the screenshot you sent me, and I've came to imagine what is the issue that comes with the terrain. Um, okay, thank you for noticing. No one told me when everyone sends me support mail with any issue. It is fixed as soon as possible. So it's just an update thing with the terrain, which you might know that Unity terrain it's not the best, not the best part of Unity, uh, and they've been updating it, and it came that textures and materials are created wherever Unity. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They're in the main folder because yes, and probably that's the reason. Because when the asset was uploaded for a version upgrade, probably the textures, the materials of the terrain were out of the DLNK folder, which includes all the assets. I think that's the reason.
Oh, cool. Well, you've got one less thing to worry about is that Unity is saying that for the asset store, the minimum requirement is going to be 2018.4, I think. So you don't need to support older versions of a Unity anymore. You can if you
Yeah,
want.
actually, they're not supported. They're just there.
Yeah. So
I
so
mean,
now
they were
you don't
created
even have to
long
make it
ago.
work. You can go right. It works now with the newer versions, and if you've got an older version,
Actually, I know people think that all the versions means that the asset is compatible with all these different Unity versions. That's not how my upgrade system works. Because I used to include new stuff in every update to make it interesting, and uh, it's not. I don't know if that's the word retroactive. It doesn't go backwards. The new stuff
yeah.
is only in the last version of the asset and not the previous.
I've learned the hard way. You can't go backwards. Um, always
No,
don't start your
that's
project on a version if you don't want that to be the version that you're gonna be working on. Bit Gamey says, I just had an asset rejected because it supported 2017 as a minimum. Wow. The fact that you supported 2017, they rejected you. So now you can actually say, Bit Gamey, when you submit your asset, you have to say it definitely won't work with 2017. You can say that to them. That's crazy. That's nuts. Well, I'm currently inside the neon pack that you've got here, which is on sale at the moment. Your Neon City, 50% off.
yeah.
Exclamation mark D-Link in chat. It is really nice, I have to say. I love the textures that you've got in here,
Thank
especially
you.
like this graffiti. Now, did you draw this stuff yourself, or you got clip art?
No. The graffitis are actually free to use designs from Google. I create the textures, but and that's not true. Some of them are Creative Commons design. Some of the graffitis, other are actually created by myself.
Well, I love them. How many prefabs have you got in the neon pack? Do you know? Now this is a pop quiz. Do you remember what
I
you
don't
have in
actually
your own
remember,
packs?
but I used to write it to take note of the amount of asset, and it's in the website. So it's 386 prefabs.
And the actual buildings. Oh, I got a message. People are messaging me. Love the stream. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much.
And mostly when I create assets, they're not finished. They're not what I want it to be.
Does that mean that you're always working to improve them, or you're just not
Crazy
happy?
noise.
Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Hola. Hello?
Not listening to you.
Oh, have you lost? Have I lost you? I can hear you. Let me send you a message. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Um, okay. It cannot. I'm gonna turn out the headphones because I can't hear anything.
I will call you back. I will call you back.
Okay. I don't know if that's bothering you because
I can still hear
it's
you. I can still hear you.
maybe not working fine.
All right.
Can you hear?
Should we call him back? Let's call him back. We broke him. We managed to break him remotely. How did we break him remotely? I don't know how we did it. It's amazing. I blame Sengoku. Hola?
Oh, it works now.
Hola?
Fixed.
You fixed it?
Yeah.
See, when in
Yeah.
doubt, turn it off
I had no
and turn
idea
it
what
back on
happened.
again.
Okay.
There you go.
So I don't remember. I was telling you that when I create the assets, I never finish them. That's a thing I had to admit. I never finish them. They are as I could make them look fine when I had just to start selling because I don't have the budget or time to make it as good as I think they should be. That's why Neon City doesn't include interior for houses.
Ah, so that's why you just done the exteriors.
It should include interiors because it was meant to be, but that's why I used to update assets with new content, so they're being completed on the fly, as you could say.
I love this. I really love this hologram. I love how she's got one pose one side and you go to the other, she's got a different pose. Do you know what I would ask? Can you make her animated?
It's animated, but it's just 2 frames. It has two different positions.
Yeah, but come on, make her like the ah, what's that movie?
Then I think it's just a question about how to make it working for everyone and not requiring to be upgraded. The problem is when I create custom shaders, which are really cool, but that mess with the versions of Unity, and when you upgrade Unity, then shaders, as a script does, sometimes they doesn't work fine and they start creating errors. So I try to avoid including any custom stuff as long as possible. And in this time for the holograph, as an example, it's just 2 planes with an animation that changes and make it look like a moving image.
This is on sale at the moment. Just remind everyone, this is on 50% off on the Unity Asset Store. How do I
Yeah,
change the robot view? Is it a different scene to get down?
I had to warn you about a
Oh,
thing. The robot is not meant to rotate with a keyboard, because it mess with the rotating with the mouse.
yeah, I learned that on another one of your projects. I was playing about with the robot, and the more I played with the robot, the more I hate that robot. It was like, this
Yeah,
robot looks really cute. Look how cute this robot is, and I was like, I hate this robot.
it doesn't work very fine, but I use it to include standard assets as for testing the environments, but then they started asking me to include a lot of scripts and a lot of bullshit, and I didn't want that on the project. So I just created a simple control script, basic, incredibly simple.
Well, a lot of people don't even give you any controller, and they just tell you go get standard assets and put the standard assets in. So yeah, so there's a lot of people that do that. As Donald Trump would say, there's a lot of people that do that.
I
Um,
really create a demo sense. So when you buy the product, you can check out how it is meant to be working, how scenes are designed to be crafted. So you can have an example of what you can do with those pieces. And I've noticed that many people doesn't even came to understand how the asset works. They just use the demo scenes.
yeah, really? No. How dare you
Yeah,
call?
it's quite usual.
How have you seen anyone make something new and unique with your stuff?
Yeah, I've seen a couple people creating games and mostly VR with terrain assets or so.
Oh yeah, like I love your fantasy alien planet thing.
Yeah, that one. It has been updated.
So we were talking about the shaders before. Have you played about with the new shader graph?
Um, I played a little bit, but then I realized that using shader graph kinda made me use pipelines, render pipelines, which I find it interesting, but it makes for us as creators that everything is more complicated because someone is using this pipeline and someone is using another one, and I just prefer to create the asset with a standard shader, which works for everyone.
What do you use for when you because you said that you played about with custom shaders before. Um, did you play
Well,
about
I
with Amplify or something
I
like that?
created a lot of custom shaders that are included in many of the packages, but mostly I try not to use them because of what I told you that used to give some warnings or so, and people complains. But mostly they work fine. I created them with Shader Forge, and now there's another Shader Forge became deprecated while ago.
Yes, and now
Uh,
there's the Amplify.
and okay, yes, that was what I was about to say. That now I'm creating several assets with the new shader tool, which is actually great, like Shader Forge was.
Actually, a funny story, Dale. I've invited the creator of Shader Forge, Freya, on the stream
Uh-huh.
for a chat, and she said yes. No, she's going to come on and have a chat. Hopefully this month. But they're just
Ah,
releasing
nice.
a new thing called Shapes, and getting that off the ground. And
Well,
yeah,
that's
so I'm
great.
going to be asking a million shader questions. And if you pop over and you follow Freya on Twitter, you can see a load of tweets about maths and shaders and all that kind of stuff.
I've
You're
actually checking your previous interviews, and there's some of them interesting.
Thank you.
Um,
Hopefully, all of them
Yeah,
are
I
super interesting.
probably check out some of them in a while.
Yeah, don't do it now while we're
Had
talking because that'll be
had
weird.
to say that some of them uh, are people that actually motivated me to enter into the store. Like I don't know, that's a quantum theory,
Oh wow,
and
cool. Yeah, that
uh,
was a lot of fun. That one.
yeah, and another one I don't remember the name that created medieval stuff
Oh,
very
3D
very
Forge.
early. Yeah, that one. Also, I follow them.
A
So
big
you're
gaming.
having
Yeah,
interesting content.
exactly. We've got this is the home of not only the interesting people, but the asset store's finest. And Daylon, you've joined those ranks. I have to say that I've obviously not only am I doing a sci-fi face-off, but I'm slowly playing about with cyberpunk style
Hmm.
assets. Because at one point I was making a cyberpunk game, which I got distracted doing real life stuff, and eventually I will come
Yeah,
back
it's
to.
it's a really interesting theme,
It's a lovely
I
theme,
think.
but yours is the first one that I've seen with this much detail and scale that has no issue with FPS. Now, the 3D manufacturer, um, his Dark City one, looks absolutely fantastic. Looks beautiful. It really does. It looks amazing. I was getting 12, sometimes 6 FPS. At most, I was getting 24 FPS in the demo set.
Yeah, I've actually seen that this happen very often. There's assets with a great, incredible quality that I have not personally tested, but it looks like they have many more heavy meshes.
And not just that, it was the lighting as well. It was like overly done, and the method of which they did that. There was actually the lighting which caused a massive impact. Irish, what have we got here? I'm chatting with, well, Daelonik Artworks, otherwise known as D-Link Works, over on the Asset Store, and currently, obviously, Sci-Fi Madness over on the Unity Asset Store, 50% off. And if you do D-Link in chat, exclamation mark D-Link, you can get a link to his Asset Store page. And not only is there a 50% sale on, but Daylon, you've given us some vouchers to give free presents away to people, haven't you? We're going to do La Rafi. Rifa? La Rifa.
What?
La Rifa.
Ah, yeah,
Here you go.
sorteo.
See,
Correct.
I am learning Espanol
A little bit.
a little bit.
I had to say that Spanish is way more complicated than English.
It
That's
is.
true.
But if you can speak Spanish, then you can learn Romanian. That's what.
What?
If you speak Spanish, you can learn Romanian.
Ah, maybe.
That's what I've been told.
It's Latin based.
But I've got no idea. But that's what somebody told. Mumanian, exactly. Mumanian as well. Irish. You can learn Mumanian, like Mumra, the ever living ancient spirits of evil. What I love about this pack is that it's it feels like I'm in a city. But do you know what I need? I need to have these lights on the houses animated. We were
Yeah,
playing
the
about.
windows.
Yeah, exactly. The windows.
There are actually you can see that you're checking the windows that are actually always fake. But there's others that are like the closer ones that are fake, but they include some kind of projection, which is made with mesh, to fake the some deep. Can
Oh
you see
yeah.
how it goes?
So we got fake depth from those. These ones here. They're like here.
Because those are meant
Yeah.
to be closer and try to fake that there's something inside.
Can we open the shutters on any of these, or are they down? Always down for the shops.
What you
You
I
know,
don't know.
these.
Ah, okay. No, but that is what I told you that I think next upgrades for these assets should include interiors and realistic, doors and windows.
Oh, oh
Because
yes, please.
last upgrade, which is this is that what you're looking for, what you're looking at is the first version of the asset. The other demo scene, which is for the first update, includes different upgrades, which is floors, and can you see that the streets are way better than in the other demo? The railway,
Yeah, this is
the
one with all the sexy graffiti and
sidewalk,
everything as well.
and includes many other stuff that is not in the other demo. Um, but I didn't have the time to include interior, so that will stay for another update.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna do big chat. I'm gonna do something sexy now. All right. While we're chatting. While we're chatting. By the way, I love your spaceship. Your Natuka spaceship pack. I love that.
Thank you.
So everyone at home can only see my big head. They can't see my screen. You can see my screen, so you can see what madness I'm about to do. But I'm inspired. Um, I'm very inspired at the moment. I'm going to do something crazy. While we talk about doing something crazy, what? Let's tell people what they could be winning at home. What could they be winning at home? Because you've got some, not just the desert pack that we had to look at briefly, which and this fantastic neon sci-fi pack, which is currently 50% off! Exclamation mark D-Link in chat. We've got other presents that we'll be giving away, don't we, Daelon? If you like, do you want to tell people at home while I?
Yeah, we do have three prizes, isn't it?
That's correct. We've got 3
I
prizes.
guess there were three.
Correct.
Okay.
C.
If I can remember, there's a neon city pack, which is what we've been watching. You actually told the desert town, and what's another one, isn't it?
It was the colony pack.
Actually, you didn't take a look at that, but
We're going to load up
that's
the
the last.
yeah.
That's the last craft of Daelonik Artworks, and I think it's one of the best crafted assets.
The environment colony factory. See?
Yeah,
Colony factory.
space kind. You can use it for top-down or FPS or third person, whatever, because all floors are you can crop it and remove the ceiling, and that's something you might be able to do with most of the environments, actually.
Let's make it big. I'm playing the video so everyone at home can see it. So when did you make
Yes.
the colony factory?
Well, this one it was about half of the last year, I think.
How long does it take you to make? And wait, before you answer that, what do you use to do your 3D art? What is your in development stack? Your
Workflow
pipeline?
or
Yeah.
okay. Well, I actually use 3D Max or ZBrush for modeling, depending on the pieces, and Photoshop, obviously, for textures. Then, depending on if I'm creating myself, I use photos or I create some textures into a 3D model. Lately, I've been working with Substance, which is way interesting, but not actually included in any package. But it's a good thing, maybe in the future.
I was about to say, if you have you looked at substances, because I don't know if you've seen Aquarius Max on the asset store, does a lot of medieval fantasy, some space stuff, and he quite recently started working on substances when there was the competition that Unity had, the
Mhm.
HDRP and substance competition,
Is it,
and
it, it is really interesting tools.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely changed his workflow. The work. I mean, it looks, some of the stuff looks so photorealistic, um, and as you say, it's on the textures and the shaders rather than the models. So the meshes aren't, you don't have this huge body count on the meshes, and letting the textures do a lot of the work. It's
Yeah, mostly because as you can see, meshes are quite simple indeed. Probably if you don't see it, that's because textures are well done.
exactly. I mean, the trick is a good texture can hide a very simple mesh.
Yeah, I will work with substance sensor. I've been noticing that it is a really interesting tool suite to work with.
But as an indie, because everything has to be obviously legit software that you use, and then not only that, but the resources needed to support that software or that workflow. Um, when you see something new, do you have to sit there and work out how much would it cost me to learn how to use this and get the
Yeah,
tools?
yeah, that is important. Um, that actually happens a lot. How much will it take me to stay working with it? And with this time, I'm not working on making any profit, of course. Uh, but I think for this one, it could be worthy because I've seen it actually saves time.
Wow, so that's the thing. Like, um, if you're not making new assets, then do you actively feel that that's impacting your revenue? Like, do you need to keep on making new stuff?
Yeah, but mostly for the reason is new stuff tends to take attention at the store, uh, and that helps other assets to keep selling.
Ah, so it's more
When you,
marketing.
yeah, yeah, that is an important reason to keep working on new stuff.
I want to import in a. Uh, here we go. I'm importing in a character so I can walk around. Uh, I need to give it the most sexy look. Um, so while we're going to sit and give away some presents, we're going to give away a copy of this colony pack, copy of the neon, and a copy of the beautiful desert pack. Which, although it's not in the sale, I begged you for a copy of that one so we could give that one. It really is stunning. I love it. And if anyone missed it at the start, um, if I pop over here. By the way, your Stronghold Village pack is really tasty as well. Um, you
Yeah,
got too much
that's
stuff.
probably the
You
most
got
updated asset.
really.
Yeah, no, that probably for sure.
Let me play that one again to those who missed, and then I'll stick on the desert one again because just desert one just blew me away. So how long did it take you to make the stronghold, and how long does it
Oh,
take you to make the
that video
updates?
is not the most appealing. I have to say that template with for the video for the teaser was too noisy, as you can see. So it's difficult to watch how what's the final lookup.
It's
Um,
like watching a TV show. You've got the intro to a TV show, the credits.
but I don't know. It could take several months, and I can say because that pack comes from 2014, I think, and the last upgrade was this year. So it has been updated 6 or 7 times.
Wow. And that's very important because there's a lot of assets that we see. I'm not going to say any names, but you know who you are. And if you go to my YouTube, YouTube, you can watch my videos where I give somebody no stars for that reason, where people release something and maybe like 4 years ago and don't do any updates, or they do script updates that are just so that Unity don't take it off of the store, which is cheating basically, because it looks like the pack was updated, but all it had updated was it removed JavaScript and replaced it with C#, which doesn't count.
As I said, I used to include new stuff when creating an update, not when quick update, which is probably fixing stuff or something, but when there's a big update, there's always new stuff.
And Sengoku, as you were saying, some of this stuff back from Unity 4, the fact that you're still getting updates on it, mate, means that it's actually worth a punt. Look at this one. This is crazy, and somebody's going to win this pack. So we're going to, while we wait, let's do a La Rifa on this desert pack. Can we be critical about the last video of Medieval Village? This one is much better. Could barely see the stuff in the other video. Irish, and that's exactly what he said. It's like
that's true.
He didn't like his own video because of all of the effects and that you can actually see anything. So this one's much better. So yeah, Irish, you can be critical. Because that's the other thing about this messy family. We are very honest, and even when people are sitting in front of us having dinner with us, we can still turn around, look them in the eye, and say, "We think you made a bad decision, or that sucked, or that's not very good." So we don't just say when things are good, Daelon here. We also say when things are bad, or when we find bugs.
Well, that's the point.
Constructive criticism.
There's always some bugs, and if you look for it, you probably find it. You can find it even in the AAA games. You don't have to hide it. That's our job to fix them.
And sometimes, yeah, like if there's a texture. I mean, I had a conversation with an artist. While we're talking, I'm just going to say !raffle in chat now. !raffle in chat. I should have changed it to !La Rifa in chat. But there you go. So there was an artist that I was reviewing their work to be included in one of my reviews. And like always, I always give feedback first to the artist. If I've purchased it or if I've been given a free license, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. So I always give feedback. And I got into an argument with one of the artists because of my feedback. There was a conflict of opinion. You can put it that way. But towards the end of it, we became friends and understood that my feedback was all from a place of love, and made some changes and said, actually, while I didn't agree with your feedback at first, after reviewing it and having a look, I tried it and you were right. It was a lot better. So when in doubt, always listen to me is the moral to that story. I'm always right, never wrong. It is also a good answer to that one. So I'm gonna shall I drop this guy in here? Here he is, and while I go over, hang on, so everyone can see what I'm up to again. Go back into the Unity window. I have imported in. Oh wow, this bloke here. And I'm going to go to, let's get rid of that sword. Don't need that bladed weapon. Click on him. This little man. Game creator. See if I can remember how to do this. blinking hell. I can't remember how to do this. Module manager. Okay. Got to install the module first. I'm an idiot. Game creator examples. Enable. I want to have a little man running around. Import. C. Nobody can see what I'm up to on the windows. But let's see how this raffle getting on. That's some Andalusian influence. Oh, in the video. Yes. Well, that's the thing. You're really lucky for where you live, Daelonik. You've got all this history and beautiful nature and architecture at your fingerprints that you can do amazing assets if you want. You just walk outside your front door and you can make pretty much 1,000 different types of asset packs.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that people like the works.
Right. In chat, does anyone remember how you make a tools documentation modules manager? Let me see. Module manager. No. Examples. Game creator. All right. Anyone in chat reminds me now, how do I use game creator to... I can't remember this. All right. Yolan in chat. How the heck do I... Documentation. Show the toolbar. Where's the toolbar? Where's the little toolbar, man? Preferences.
Okay, bad Mr. Messicola, it's been a pleasure. I had to leave now.
Oh no! You gotta leave. Oh man,
I'm sorry, but
I'm
wife
gonna
is waiting for dinner.
Oh, your wife is waiting. Oh yeah, because it's your dinner time. Oh, I'm gonna sit here walking around inside your. No, I want to sit and play about with a new one. Oh mate.
Oh, I think I could wait a little bit more, but
Oh
not so
okay.
much.
Come on. Let's load up.
Okay. Let's do it. Come on.
Let's at least the raffle. Okay, the entries have stopped. Let's announce a winner. Oh man, I want to sit and play about with your things because you got so much amazing. We spent too much time having fun. Okay, announce the winner of the first raffle, La Rifa, and the winner is Sanyo. Sanyo, who's won the desert pack. Congratulations, Sanyo. And we're gonna yay! Congratulations, pal. And let's do the Neon City, which is this one that we're in now. And while we do that, I'm going to open up the... Because by the way, exclamation mark D-Link in chat, because he's got the Neon City, Platform City, and the Space pack also in the sale over on Unity. All 50% off at the moment. So head over to Unity while you can. Sale ends next week. So get your credit card, click on the link. Obviously, get some affiliate cash coming my way. And pop over and have a look. When do you think you're going to be doing your interiors?
Well, I don't really know. Yeah, that's because there's a lot of assets, and I don't really have a schedule of what update is next. Actually, probably next would be a new asset, not an upgrade.
Oh,
I've been
really?
updating assets for a long time. And people is asking me to create a space station, and I'd really like to make them happy and make me happy too, because I like the idea.
Well, like probably like in space, like exterior and interior space then?
Probably in a big that's what I like too, a big space station, but not really sure how would it be.
This is your city platform.
Platform City.
Yeah, platform city. There you go. When did you make this one?
But I think it could have couple years, and last update was second half of the last year, which included the floating platform small.
This one, okay, I guess so. This has got exteriors and interiors. I love the clean look. Some of the models inside uh, remind me of like the Star Trek. It's like a clean Star Trek, futuristic. I would love a little bit more like grits, I suppose, because
Yeah,
that kind of
that it makes a little bit of contrast with the other one, Neon City
yeah.
or Colony Factory, that has futuristic style, but in a dirty way.
And this is the rich clinical uh,
Yeah,
Star
that's
Trek
where
side.
that's the cool stuff.
Is it all modular? Can I change the shape of all these rooms?
Yeah, the all assets are actually modular. You can make take a look. You can make it
Oh
different
yeah.
the way you want.
And the raffles come to an end. Let's announce a winner. The winner of the neon is Kame. Kame, congratulations.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy. And the colony, which is the most recent pack. And don't forget, if you are a winner, please go over to the asset store after you've checked it out and write a review. If you like it, write a positive review. If you don't like it, message the artist, tell him what you don't like about it, and see if you can change it before you go off and you give a negative one. So that's a lovely thing about.
And always remember to create cool stuff. That's why we create that shit.
Yeah, and on your website, have you got like a section that people can send you their their work, so you can showcase other people's what they've done with your assets?
Yeah, I love to see what people does.
You should do that. Make a showcase page on your website for people to submit you their screenshots of their games.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like it.
But at the moment, we've got a showcase section on Discord. So, Yolan, Kame, and whoever wins this one, we want to see what you're going to get up to. Post us on the Discord. And now that Daelon is a member of our Discord, you can come and have a look as well. I love this. Welcome to the future, floating city. It feels like they want me to come and give a seminar about the floating city and then like a. Pay the money.
You're selling to anyone.
He's like, yeah, come and pay $5,000 a month to live in the floating city. I don't want your as a timeshare. I don't want your timeshare. Just
Yeah,
pay me for
it has
holiday.
it has also drinks, so it's a nice place to stay.
Exactly. There's drinks involved. The latest version of Unity. The way that it messes up with all the lighting and stuff. Um, I even got the water in there. This is what I love your spaceships as well. Can I fly this? Does it work? Do the wheels move?
That one is actually from standard assets, so I think it
Oh,
does.
you just took the standard assets one. There
Yep.
you go. Your other one that you've got in the asset that you've got in the store. It's only £8. It's €8. Your spaceship on the store. It is It is lovely. I think it's amazing how you made the standard asset one. You added a texture on it. It made it actually look nice. That's just cheating. You can't take Unity's bad stuff and make it look good. Um, Also, if you've got the Neon City pack and you've got this one, I think they would work really well together. In that, in the middle of the Neon City, you've got this very expensive, posh building here.
Yeah, probably will work fine. And
I'm gonna
actually,
try it.
I think you could use the interiors of this asset into Neon City. It probably will work.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, the sizes are actually quite similar for the pieces. I think they could be mixing.
Oh, How do I get down? I don't know how to get down. I've flown all the way up and I can't
Yeah,
fly down.
you had to wait for gravity to make his works.
While we wait for gravity, the last raffle has come to an La Rifa has come to an end. Let's see who's won the colony pack. And if you haven't won, or you've only won one of them, don't forget they're on 50% off on the asset store, and you can always go and buy more and mix them together. And the winner is Tux Labs. Tux Labs, is this your first win? Tux Labs,
Congratulations.
congratulations. Daelonik, thank you so much. Say apologies to your wife for dragging you away.
No problem. I think she could understand.
Is she gonna forgive me? I don't know. She'll forgive
Yeah, I
you
think she
because
would.
you're her husband.
That's the main thing.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you for the interview. It was great.
Thank you.
Really.
Well, next time when you have updates, you need to come back so we can play about this
Okay.
some more.
We keep
And
talking.
your English is perfect. I want you to know it, so you have nothing
Thank
to
you.
worry about.
I had no idea, really. I didn't used to talk in English with anyone.
Well, there you go. That's more reason to come back next time, so you can get more practice.
Nice one. Then we have a deal.
We got a deal. Adios, muchachos. Hasta mañana.
Hasta la
luego.
próxima.
Catch you later, buddy.
Okay. Goodbye. Thank you.
What a really nice bloke. If you want to see more of my crazy videos, click on the left side of your screen now, and down below there's that big juicy subscribe button, and right next to it is the magic bell that if you click it, it will tell you if I've got a new video coming out. Till next time.